Hashi, it's your week. You speak first.
Welcome, boys and girls, to I missed the opportunity for boys and ghouls. Sorry.
Okay, hey, let's start
everyone.
over. Here we go. Here comes the ghost now. Oh, the intro again.
We're professionals.
Hashi, go.
Hello, ghost and background skeleton. Welcome, everybody, to a very exciting and spooky episode of VFX and Spooky. I am Hashi, and over here is Seth the World. No, he's over. I'm Flip.
I'm over
today.
there. I'm over there, too.
There.
Watch this.
He's everywhere.
I actually don't know what I was about to do there. I had no plan. Much like the show.
He's all over the place. Anyway, welcome.
You are not Pac-Man, Seth. You don't get to go off with one side and then come back the other.
Who is that talking? Let's find out who that is. Take us there, ghost. Michael. Great Michael in the sky.
Amazing.
Michael.
Hey, Michael.
Hello.
Look how spooky you are.
It looks
I'm making you
chilly
bigger.
and haunted up where you are.
It's the library has a slight ghost problem this week, but
I feel like that's the thing with libraries. Libraries just, they have ghost problems, card catalog issues. It's horrible.
This thing is floating in the air now. I don't know. We're working on it.
You should do something about that thing. That thing's a little ominous. The large face. Is it moving?
Isn't it?
Is he aware? First of all, but.
I'm not sure yet. We've got top minds working on it.
Has he changed locations at all? I also like that since you have children asleep, you are whispering in a way that makes you sound even more scared of looming threats.
I know. I'm waiting for my husband to get home so he can manage the children.
There he is now.
It's husband time. That's the husband alert. All right.
Amazing. Well, anyway, folks, today we wanted to create some random spooky effects based off of suggestions by you. And we would also love if you would love to work alongside us as well. You can just put us in a little corner of your screen, or if you're fancy and have a multi-monitor set up, throw us on one monitor. Crack
Full screen on that one monitor. If we're on the one monitor, just absolutely full screen. Make sure it's the biggest monitor you have. Put us on multiple screens, actually. I'd like us to be full screen on both screens. Personally.
Excellent. That's always, in your contracts. I remember this.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Lovely. What is that you're drinking out of, Seth?
The VFX and Chill mug, which you can go purchase, and we will see absolutely no money of. Thanks, Maxon. That's not Maxon's fault at all. We've never asked. Yeah.
Corporation shame. Let's get started. Seth, you had an amazing suggestion for what we could do this week.
Yeah, we were talking a little more recently than is comfortable about what we should do for the show today. And so I think Michael said something spooky. And we threw some ideas out, and then I just said, hey, what if we show them how to make stuff they can project on a sheet in a window on Halloween, right? Is that kind of what we...
I love it. Making shadows would be is fun because you have a lot of leeway for not having to know a whole lot other than things that are white project and things that are black will look like shadows. So you've probably seen these in the in random people's houses where they are putting silhouettes of creepy zombies trying to escape or things like that, or like office workers being handed weekend work by their boss. I like silhouettes of traditionally scary things. So we would love to create some spooky, silly, or things based on the challenges you all come up with. And if you all want to come up with a silhouette of your own, the fun thing about silhouettes is they can be combined together really easily. And I would love to gather everyone so we can put together and release like a an exciting VFX and Chill silhouette. A VFX and Chillouette. I don't know. What
I love that. VFX and Chillouette.
Thanks, everyone. So, yeah, feel free to list all of your random fears and your addresses and times that you sleep in the chat. Or, you know what, I'm being told just your fears. We won't associate them. But
I'm sorry.
anything that we think...
Also, I want someone to have tuned into the show to hear you say, I'm being told just your fears. So just your fears, everybody. Is such a great line. I hope someone came in on the show on. Devoid of any context. God, you look like Jay. I'm not kidding. Well, you've got that thing on. You look like a child version of yourself, which is your son. And it's like you're at a theme park. And James was like, can I get face paint? And you guys were like, yeah. And then he hosted the show with me. That's what it's like.
So more kid at a carnival than like ICP leading is what you're telling me.
Were you going for ICP? Was that your? I know.
No, I was not going. But
the eyes take you away from kids. You got that.
The eyes always take you away from kids, Michael.
Yeah. I love it, and it enhances my smile and natural cheekbones. This is where they are.
Yes, natural.
So let's say we all get started. First of all, you may have noticed up top in the chat there was a link for a cool spooky template that Michael put together, which is delightful. So absolutely, yeah, grab that. And yeah, while we're on the topic of people who are good at using our software, right up top, I want to pull up these. Let me see if I can find them. Check out let's see, Seth. Is my screen on? It is.
Yeah.
Excellent. I want to share this amazing Slim Reaper graphic by CM de la Vega. Check these out. So we've got materializing football.
That's so good.
This.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I remember.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
In those sporting events. Oh, all my favorite sports characters and teams.
Yeah, those are your favorite teams. The birds and
the birdies and the red team.
Yes, the birds and the red team.
Team red.
Clash of the sports titans.
Anyway, yeah.
Again,
Titans
these are the national team, Seth. So you should know who the Titans are. Anyway, this is CM de la Vega, who frequently uses the Red Giant tools in his videos for the NFL Network, and we love them. And he uses a lot of Red Giant Universe, and he used in this piece traffic code particular in a number of places. CM de la Vega, you are in the chat, I see. You want to poke us and tell you?
Hello.
Tell us more specifically what you used here. I think you used particular to make the fog, but I wouldn't swear to it.
Never assume particular for fog or fire. Like, if people who know what they're doing can use it, but I never assume. I always assume stock when it looks that good, but I don't know, man. Not because particular can't do it, but because a lot of people can't do particular that well.
Well, see, I was thinking it was using stock footage
as
sprites. Yeah.
That'd be smart. Oh, God, that's so good.
Yes.
I love it so much.
Particular for the fog and the trees. He
Nice.
says yes, particular for fog. Oh, and the trees. Oh, I didn't get that. That makes sense though, because the trees are inside the fog. Neat. Thank you, sir.
That is
or
incredible.
Man, or they.
Yeah.
Whatever your preferred pronouns are.
Yes, and if you're watching and you have a phone with you or whatever, it would take just half a second to type that into Instagram and follow him. So
the link
do
is
that. Follow cool Instagram creators, and if you do lots of cool stuff and tag us, we'll likely pull it up because we love seeing people do things with our work.
I thought you were about to say we'll follow you, and I was like, Hashi, don't make promises to them, please.
Hashi, go click on that run one. That run one is one of my favorite ones.
Because I won't follow you. I'm just kidding. I will if you're cool.
Because it's the dude turns into a panther because he plays for the Panther team.
Lead with that.
Insane. Look.
Who is that turning into a panther?
Wait.
Here, hang on. No, he full on turns into a panther here in a second.
Yes!
Finally.
He does it again. Yes.
He
There.
See,
He does it one more time. with content aware full action. Here you go.
I would watch so much more sports.
If more people were turning into Panthers on a regular basis.
Right?
If you could, like, every team should consist only of members of the human race that can transform into their team's namesake.
Yeah, Animorphs. Basically, football players should be required to be Animorphs.
And if we lost this whole sport aspect and added a storyline, I think we've really got something here.
Hashi, I think we're just wanting a new an Animorphs series.
Excellent. So, anyway, I hope some of you are joining us with a very straightforward assignment today, which is basically, Seth, we work in, just 1920 by 1080?
I don't ever want to work in anything but, because my computer will die, and so will the stream.
Let's work in 1920 by 1080 and 24 frames per second. Just go ahead and start something up here. Let's see, 10 seconds is probably enough for any bit, right?
And what do we say we're doing? We're just we're making just crap to fly by a window on Halloween night?
Exactly. We are making, let's see, let's assume that it's
ghost crap.
That it's landscape style because
because windows.
Likely it's a door or a window are probably more tall.
Wait, hang on.
Aware of
landscape that? Because likely it's a door, or Hashi.
Likely if you're projecting something, you probably can't easily set up your projector on a side and deal with all that.
Oh yeah,
so I don't want to encourage.
That's the way to do it. Is to assume that the projector is being utilized properly. But
exactly.
I just want to double check. Are your doors landscape at your home? I guess your front doors are.
Are yours not? I am 3'2". It's weird seeing me on the stream because we can, but
you actually, in your defense, you do have landscape doors. Now that I'm remembering, your front doors.
We got the fancy,
because it's too fancy. That don't stay closed. Do they still stay closed?
We fixed the doors. The doors. Because,
I was over there for a Thanksgiving party one year, and I remember they just kept flying open.
Haunted doors that fly open. Though one of the Halloween things related to this lovely neighborhood that I live in is, if you have seen the movie Et by Steven Spielberg.
I love Et.
Et. It's one of the greatest.
Wait, Ed or Et? Ed.
It's
okay.
E.T.
It's not Ed TV.
Not the amazing Rob Reiner, predictive of very many future trended movies, but the Et about an extraterrestrial.
Hang on. I think we should make Et TV, where it's E.T. in place of Matthew McConaughey, but the rest of the plot is the same.
I like it.
I'm gonna work on that while you work on people's landscape windows and doors.
Excellent. Try to get at least to the inciting by 11, and then we can workshop the rest with everybody. Anyway, yeah, I live in the.
I'm sorry.
Neighborhood where they go trick or treating. So all the things where they're walking around trick or treating. E.T. sees the cute little Yoda costume and is like, home, because he's actually from the Star Wars universe, canon. And anyway, that's my neighborhood. My house is in that shot a bunch, which is cool. And then they fly the bikes over our thing. So that's why I've stayed here for so long. But also the neighborhood catches on fire yearly, so we're moving.
That's why E.T. left.
Yes. All right. I'll go ahead and save my project up top, and I suggest you all do the same if you're following along.
Ron Howard, not Rob Reiner, by the way.
Ron. Why did I think Howard. Rob Reiner? Oh, Rob Reiner plays a director in that movie.
Oh, that's what it is.
See how much that confused me?
It is confusing when you have a director playing a director. Yeah.
I can't.
Well, I mean, this.
Let's try not to have too much of the show.
Oh, good idea.
On the stream, so we get kicked off again.
This was around the same time that Ed Harris directed Truman Show, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Ed Harris directed Truman
Show. Such a long pause.
And the classic Spielberg Austin Powers 2. or 3 was it? I don't
Yes,
remember.
yes. That was such a long blank stare with that skeleton face. Before I just sorry, it made me laugh. All right, I'm gonna stop recapping all the funny things on the show and let them live for themselves.
Hashi, there's some love in the chat for your most recent tutorial.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. You can check out the latest installment of VFX Side Quests. That's a fun little tutorial series where everything is about 10 or 15 minutes. We try to keep it. We try to respect your time outside of this show, but you're stuck with us now. You're legally not allowed to turn off the show midstream. That's poor etiquette. So, anyway, welcome everyone. If for any reason you're just joining us or still with us, I don't know. We have created some HD comps with a nice big white solid, so we can start to add just a collection of silhouettes that move back and forth past them. I think it would be nice to maybe assume the area of interest is kind of a square in the middle, but things can kind of like move into it and move out. But we want things to be kind of centralized because, we don't need to worry about the whole like framing for thirds thing here because it'll be projected into a window or projected onto a sheet hung in a window or something of that sort. Did I describe that well enough?
Yes, 100%.
Anyone want to see
I'm
my
getting
taxes?
distracted by Seth's text. He's definitely just literally putting his fears up on his window.
God.
Yeah, I was gonna try to make it spooky, like imagine like walking up to a house and going to say trick or treat, and then your biggest fear just shows up in the window.
Oh man, you need like one of those like Instagram or I don't remember what it is, like all the like little icons flicker through that are like it'll be like a knife or like fire and things like that, and they flip through them all, and then whatever it lands on is always just saying like not living up to your potential. Sort of real. All right. What was the step I was saying? I was going to say, save your project somewhere so it won't disappear if you crash your system. What is today? The 15th. VFX and Chill. I'm just going to save it right in here. Let's create a folder for it. Why not? We'll stay mildly organized. AE projects, and Seth, you're welcome to save in here too, and then we can open and steal each other's files if you want.
I haven't been paying attention. I literally just missed that part where you said where you saved
Silhouette.
Chillouette, perfect.
And you don't have
See,
to work in.
that font looked like it was going to be cool, but now it just looks like a shirt from Hot Topic.
It does.
Seth, are you saying that shirts from Hot Topic aren't cool because...
Oh, not that one's not. The one I just designed right here on the show.
That one is pretty phenomenal.
I'll work with this one.
Speaking of Hot Topic, Dune, did anyone see that? I just have to share this tweet that I really loved, which was this little promo for Dune, and someone said, "This feels like walking past teens at the mall."
That is such a good tweet.
It's oh my god, it slayed me because we're old, everyone.
So old. It's really
So
starting to hit.
We think it's for our teenagers with us.
So what should
anyway,
I do here? Should
everyone,
I
if
make
you're
this a
following along,
ghost?
new comp, white solid.
New comp, white solid.
I hope
And
you
then
follow those steps and then save.
Yes. And so what's fun is that basically anything that you throw in here that is black will look like a shadow. If you want to add any like mild color, like you could add, blood splatter that like lands on the window and then drips off or something like that. Michael's template has some cool ways you can do that. And we can get started. Do we have any suggestions in the...
template?
Oh yeah.
If you do download that template and you don't like the choppy old school kind of jumpiness that the blood's got. If you set the size over life to have a quick ramp up at the beginning, that'll smooth a lot of that out. Just as a
nice
heads up to folks.
It's just choppy because you have size random on, or what?
Yeah, it's just kind of like they're just popping on as it goes down, so it gives it a kind of a choppy look, which is what I wanted for that.
This is lovely. So you just take that and you can say like blood. Oh, how cool. All right.
So I actually took it and I replaced I didn't, instead of doing a text emitter, I did a layer emitter. So I made our VFX and Chill logo drip blood. And now what I kind of want to do, Michael, is I want to take your template and I want to push it further. I want to have my fears. I want blood to drip down and form my fears and then drip away out and form new fears.
Perfect. All right, I'm going to go with I'm going to start here. Let me see if I pull open Mixamo, which I believe I have used on the show before, right? Let me just click over to characters. I'm going to create something really boring and traditional for at first, just so everyone knows that it's okay to create something that's just boring. Let's see. I know there are a lot of scary characters on Mixamo.
Yes, lots of zombies on Mixamo.
So we've got
stay away
skeleton zombie with wild fingernail situations. That's a pretty scary silhouette. That's the traditional zombie, kind of Gus Fringed out zombie here. Spoiler alert for
10 years ago.
10 years. Oh my gosh.
That's a nice cartoony zombie.
That is. Cartoony zombie.
It's nice that they have representation for the differently abled community in that zombie.
Yes. It reminds me of the amazing fight in Spider-Man 3, where Sandman is fighting Spider-Man and can punch through him. His stunt double had an arm that ended like that, and so they coordinated the same fight, but he could translate his hand like right through him or punch right into him, and VFX picked it up by adding the hand like translating right through Toby. A ninja. We've got this mousy. I mean, if you had this mousy just like
that would be spooky. That walked up to you in the middle of the night.
Rise up.
Anything is spooky if it walks up to you in the middle of the night and it's not a human being.
So
sometimes it is a human.
Like what I'm saying, there's a lot of cool. This thing is a little too scary, probably. So younger viewers today.
Oh, no, look away. That's frightening.
I'm so sorry.
Look, people, stop. Turn your eyes to the right side of your screen and don't look on the left.
That looks like if you ripped off that Mad Max guy's breathing mask, what might happen or something. I don't know. Let's see. All right. And there's Night Shrek here.
Night Shrek. K and I was like, what's Night Shrek?
Oh yeah, don't Google it. I don't.
Day Shrek and Night Shrek.
I'm not responsible for anyone googling those terms.
I'm trying to figure out what's the best way for me to drip the text in.
Ooh, you could.
What I
would just use a layer on top. With linear wipe and roughen edges.
Well, but what if I wanted blood to drip down and form it, and then a drip down and form it out? I want it to I want to see it in. So I wonder.
Okay, so then you would use predator prey in particular. Have the
no. I got.
Well, I can't predator prey because I can't limit its movement to only on Y, which is what I want it to be a straight down drip.
Well, here, do this. Make two comps that source the same pre-comp. They both drip. One drips down and one
drips up.
And then
middle out.
Time map them to I like this title design that I've come up with here. For this show.
I love that I have blood on my side. I have actual like blood look, but it doesn't say it. And yours is like the Gucci black and white.
It would be like this.
Blood.
There we go.
It's Gucci blood.
Blood. See, it's and actually they would be like that. But
Yes, it would be.
I still like it.
Prada blood.
Amazing. Okay. So,
there's a moment. But speaking of Gucci, there's the new trailer for House of Gucci, which looks fantastic. There's a moment in it. I was watching this trailer in the theater with my son, and there's a moment where he fires. Like a gun gets fired with a silencer on it, and it is this loud bang. And I didn't think anything of it. Elliot just goes, "It's a terrible silencer." And if you go watch the House of Gucci trailer, it's very funny that they've added this ear-shattering gunshot sound effect on a shot that is
punctuation on for the sting to the titles kind of thing.
It is, and so you don't think of anything of it unless you're my son and you're like, that silencer isn't working, which I just thought was funny. Anyway,
Seth, if you just throw a really heavy re-noiser over top of that. Maybe
it's Night of the Blood Freaks, man.
VHS, it would, yeah.
Oh, I'll give it to you right now. I did this. We're back to plot device days.
Or if you want to go slightly old school, Misfire.
That's exactly where I was going, sir. Because actually, it's the best tool for the job here.
So I'm just trying to find a creepy animation for this guy here on the old Mixamo. This skeleton walk is kind of cool. It makes him not all that threatening. I mean, it's like a zombie walk. What do we think?
Yeah, it looks like he's pretending now.
Yeah, like he would fake you out. Like he'd be like, "Oh, look, he's slow. We could outrun him." Micah, let me know if there are any suggestions in the chat for things that are scary too, because I would like to bring people's dreams to life if they're unable to composite with us today. I could always do the stock like, oh, add a funny dance motion capture to a thing. I've never seen this done before. I've also done these, and I apologize to the community.
Let's see.
But also, yeah, you could do a goofier one if you have kids and you want it to feel acceptable. Threaten. Let me see if they have anything for threaten. Chest taunt. He's probably a little off screen for you all there. My rib cage is missing. Or not my rib cage, my innards.
Did you put the accent on ards? My innards.
My not.
That's a different thing.
Here we are. Let's see. Scary clown walk. Scary clown walk is all right. It looks a little drunk.
Scary clown walk.
And those the long fingers exaggerated too much. I don't know why I'm not just quickly grabbing something. Ooh, goofy run. So you could add like a human that runs past the screen and then have the monster chasing them. And then a moment later have it reversed. Oh, man. I've just got to pick one of these, don't I? All right, what have we got? VFX side quest. Blah, 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 blah.
All right, I'm going to drip this crap in. Here we go. Let's do...
I'm just checking for...
So that means when it drips... Oh, I'm going to have to do... So...
You have to have I
have to have it...
eroding it.
Yeah, it needs to be eroding it, and it needs to, when it dies, that's when the blood needs to drip. So then it's actually dripping away from itself.
Mm-hmm. It's a little weird.
You're a little weird. You got skeleton face.
You could have it drip straight down and use the text layer as like a chromatic displacement without any separation. So as the blood hits the letters, it widens to their edges a little bit. There's an amazing.
That's smart.
I can't remember. It's a plugin or a thing on AE Scripts that fills things, and I'm forgetting what it's called. Michael, what do you think that was?
It's called autofill.
Auto.
And it works. On some stuff. It works amazingly well, and on some stuff it's frustratingly flickery and awful.
Interesting.
It's one of those plugins that like sometimes is like the best thing, but sometimes you just want to like punch a plugin in the face if you could.
That's what my last performance review said.
So, okay, this is a little thing that I have not figured out how to get around is if I need to create a new primary system but keep all my settings, are we able to save system presets in particular yet, or is that still not a thing?
Like save just one of the systems but ignoring the rest?
Yeah, like I want to be able to go to the presets and apply a system. Yeah, bummer. Okay.
I mean, you can apply any preset you've got and add it to your setup without messing anything up, but
no, I'll figure this out. So I'm like trying to not have to rebuild your setup here, Michael. I'm gonna emit from parent system.
Okay, I've landed on the one that I want to use. It's this sneaking one. He's not a character that should be sneaking, but I really like it.
Because it's impossible. There is going to be floor creaks no matter what.
Also, I love the Mixamo generated ones where you can adjust things like the amount of carefulness. Like I can make his carefulness. See, this is all right, but like he can be very careful. And also he's a larger character, so sometimes increasing their character arm space makes them very funny. And decreasing them makes them very silly too. Either way, I feel like that's kind of a creepy silhouette still because of those fingernails. All right, we're doing it. I'm going to download this one. It will download as a little FBX file like that. Doop, doop, doop. All right, let's save that in our VFX and Chill folder. Let me create a little more organization. Elements.
I'm still thinking you could do predator prey, Seth. And here's what I'm thinking. So here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
You take basically what I have in that you have a main particle system coming down, and it's got it's spawning very short-lived prey particles. So it's coming down just like a split second prey particles being spawned off, and the predator particles. Sorry. So they're not traveling and going anywhere. They're just sitting there being predators just for a split second. Meanwhile, your text is just full of prey particles, and you have it set up so as soon as that blood drip hits with its accompanying predators that are just flickering on for a second, they contact that prey. You have it set that the prey suddenly becomes predator on the predator-prey contact, and that would make it immediately start spreading through.
All right. That's really smart. So no. That's actually really smart. Almost everything about what you were saying is what I was about to set up, except for the idea of having the top drips emitting predators that don't travel but are predators. That's crazy smart. And
actually, yeah, they don't even have to be short-lived. They just have to
not move
only a small amount.
Yeah,
you need to move a little bit.
No, not
just a little bit, because
not if you're watching drips drip down and then the drips hit the second they hit those particles. The thing is, I'm gonna have to drip a lot of blood to make sure that it.
Hey, you sound like Stanley Kubrick.
I'm gonna have to drip a lot of blood in order to make this work. It's like, Stanley, we're just going on vacation. We're not making films at this moment. That's just him talking to his wife.
Yes. Wait. I have another idea too. I'll do it simultaneously just to show that we are on the same page.
All right, you're right. Let's do it.
Wait. Okay. Layer. I'm just going to add a new solid. I'm going to add a form. Oh, which I could have just added a form system. base form will be a text. Grab my text layer that says blood, and let's make these particles red. Oh, first of all, I should just be doing title design over here, basically, right?
Blood, 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 blood.
Title design, but I'm loving whatever the heck's going on today. All right, base form, I don't want multiple particles. I just want it like this. I want the particle density. Actually, no, I want the size higher on these particles so they fill out. Blood. Now, why? I want the interior to be more, and the so that, and here's what I was thinking. I was thinking that if you had a form, nuts. I don't know why this did not work like I expected. Shucks. I wanted to basically add a solid like this with some fractal noise on it, and like make this pattern kind of small, and make the brightness be all the way down at the beginning like this, and then or actually I guess have the brightness be high at the beginning, and then keyframe it to go down over a few frames like that. And then I'll just call this the displacement, and then hide it. And then in form, you could go to add a, where would it be? Under layer maps, and say displacement. Choose the, let's see, RG, individual, red, blue, green, or XYZ, I mean. And then the layer for the Y displacement is the displacement with its effects and masks. And then have the displacement amount be... What am I looking for? I'm talking a lot. How's everybody doing?
No, I'm just realizing I don't think I can do that, Michael. It was a great idea, but I don't think I can do it. And here's why. I need, like, the drips that fall. I only want to see drips that are going to become text. And so
here, this might work.
Does that make sense? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go back to trying the reverse version, but I'm gonna see if I can do it in the same. Sorry, go ahead, Hash.
Oh no, using a form and a displacement map that's made out of fractal noise does this thingy here, like where you can translate something somewhat sequentially.
Oh yeah.
The thing I'd forgotten about is that it would be individual particles instead of nice.
You can't do a
lines
trail
or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
but now that there's form in particular,
then you can have. Oh my gosh! So
what can we do then?
Because you could basically have those particles be emitting particles.
Which, by the way, thank you for reminding me of that. That's exactly what this needs to be.
Look at that. We failed both the ways that we knew, and then Maxon actually had us covered.
Well,
thank you, Maxon.
I haven't tried doing it exactly this way yet, but I think it'll work, and I think it'll be fun, and I think it's exactly why Maxon put form in particular.
All right. Particle type. Let me pre-compose this. All right, I'm also going to use a layer grid. If you're just joining us, everybody, we are doing some ridiculous silhouettes for you to project onto a sheet next to your window during Halloween to let people know that you are cool.
I'm going to make this now say,
Yes,
I am cool.
Yes, that is what people will think.
All right.
Hey, I wonder
What
if
was
that guy's cool. Hey, look at his window. Oh, yeah, he is.
Yes, man. So cool. Wait. Let me label some of these things. I want to use a base form box grid. Bloop. Bloop. Okay, so layer maps. Color and alpha. Let's use that. Blood one. And over XY. Wait, why is it?
RGB coloration.
Oh, and alpha.
Oh.
Thank you. Doot. It's a little Spider-Man theme for Halloween, everyone. All right, I gotta know, is anybody here in the chat joining us in making something? I said making something because so far. Hey, there we go.
Let me see that. Blood to blood. It's not bad.
It's interesting.
Honestly, yeah. I'm gonna keep pursuing mine, but
you really should, because this first of all, I've got this all backwards, though I'm gonna copy my little keyframe over so I can just watch it dive back and forth. So if it does that, this is still kind of useful. I kind of like it. So I can make that a little bit bigger, add more particles. Here we go. Now I'm getting to what I thought was going to happen. That's cool.
No, I like that. That's it. So if you move that top one off the screen, then you just have blood dripping down and forming the letters. It's perfect. You just need to blur the alpha, blur then crunch the alpha, and you've got like real nice liquidy looking. That's gonna be fantastic.
Let me see. Oh, there we go. Roughen edges to any particle thing. Like, look at this. Look how much more. Yeah. And if you really wanted to, you could add some. You could add some echo to sound because you forgot to do the particular instead of. For that you can do form in particular now. Wait, echo. Let me add like 5 echoes. And I'll make them the maximum effect, and I'll turn their decay to like that. How does that look? Oh, my system.
My system's mad at me.
Woo! Look at this.
Yeah, that's pretty great. Do some shadowlets and do like CC plastic, and you got yourself some blood.
Yes. Good. Blood. Let me see. I'm going to go with fewer particles, and it's really just the echo effect is killing this. So, because look how fast that works without it.
Yeah.
Dang it! I should have created this in particular. You could do that at home, folks. Anyway, let me close this. Earlier, I was downloading stuff from Mixamo and clear out all of these other layers and just start a little duplicate silhouette thing. So, chillouette. This is what. And I think I opened Cinema at some point. All right. Open. Let's grab that FBX that we just saved under VFX and Chill 1015. All right. I think I downloaded this telling him to walk in place. Now, one thing I've noticed is that whenever you output the a model from Mixamo, a lot of the time its material maps do this kind of weird thing. I don't know why they choose to do that. Transparency gets included in one of the channels instead of them being solid. So let me just go to... Whoops. I tried reconfiguring my thing the other day, and I don't remember where I put anything. Window. All right, let's disable the transparency for this.
I set something up to where now it's struggling, and I can't figure out what I did.
Yeah. So I've got him right here doing this cute little sneak. And I'm going to save this as walking fingernails guy. And what happened? It came into cinema, and into After Effects.
Oh,
Really got to pin that folder.
You can tell by the way that zombie uses his walk that he's a woman's man and has no time to talk.
No time to... All right, I'm just importing the Cinema 4D file directly into After Effects, and I want to see what happens. He's a rigged figure with animation being applied to a skin. I don't know what will happen. Oh, someone wants to know how I did this makeup. It took hours, and it's definitely real. And when I drink my coffee, I have to pour it under my jaw into my throat hole.
That's what happens when you're a skeleton man.
But all right, more Bee Gees references. We'll try, but no promises.
Norbert, that's not tracked makeup on his face being happening live. He is just a skeleton man now. So stop wondering about if it's a post effect. It's definitely his real face.
This is who I am. Accept me. As one of your own. Are we not all but flesh and blood? This is what I almost went with, but it's a lot less cute.
Hi.
We're back. Yeah, I am using... I need two systems to make it work. One is a program called Splitcam. It takes your video feed from I'm using a Canon and the EOS drivers to use my Canon as a webcam. But then I need to run it through this Splitcam thing, which makes it a different type of stream that can be accepted by Snap Camera is the Snapchat app in a form, so I can... Oh, look at that! We can do a 2D episode.
Some real chill vibe music going right now.
Yeah. And then we can do a Pixar episode with a Pixar filter.
That Pixar filter is so good. It looks so Pixar.
It might be the best face filter that's been built in 5 years. Ooh, that's wild. Wait. Oh, there we go. This is my kind of stereotypical genie look. I hope you all like it. But I'm going to stick with this one right here. I dig it. All right. So anyway, this has been how to apply face on a web meeting with Seth and Hashi. All right. I'm going to drag this walking fingernails guy over here. And instead of a viewport, I'm just going to do, let's see, so the current shading, and is he animated? Yes, he is. Perfect. I'm choosing somewhere for this because I just need his silhouette in the end. So I'm going to checkbox for, let's see, current. And you know what? I'm just going to go into my Cinema 4D file, and I'm just going to kill his texture. I don't really need to be anything. Or actually, maybe
you could just throw a black luminant texture on him.
Yeah, I'm just going to fill him in.
Oh, that all works.
There we go. Look at that. So I've just imported my this.
You're not being quiet, so you don't get the door open.
Uh-oh, you're not muted, Michael.
All right.
Welcome, everyone.
The child is not behaving and is going to be in timeout in a second.
Oh, boy.
We have all been there.
We have. Let's see. How long
With
is
your
this
child.
loop? Right.
It's weird. I don't know why I've been there.
All right. So let me preview this. So we've just got a nice little skeleton. I've just got to figure out what works at. So I'm going to work in proper to switch it from cinema camera to the camera. And now I'll add. And oh, do I need to add a third comp camera? Is that what I need to do? Oh, okay. Oh man, he looks creepier from the front like that. Look at that. So now I have a properly 3D silhouette that I can use my and kind of move around like this. And I'm just going to set it at a slight angle like this so he feels kind of tall. And as you'll recall, I think that the target area for your silhouette really should be pretty centered, like kind of a square centering, something like this. So based on that, I am going to do the Star Wars style thing where I animate the camera to fake that he's walking. There's probably a better way to do this. I'm just trying to use the tools I quickly have here.
No, I mean, you've got him doing his walk in a loop, right? So just pushing in towards him is the quickest, easiest way to do it.
So let's do this.
If you had him like in a scene, obviously it wouldn't work so well, but you just got him in silhouette, so this is a perfect way to do it. It's the fastest, easiest way.
Boom. Forward, move over. And what I should have done is added some nulls with a compositing tag in here so I could import them and see what I'm doing. But working fast, everyone. Working fast. Skipping steps.
I have pushed particular to the limit here with this flocking stuff. So I'm going to try. This
Seth,
is just
this is
not
a family
efficient.
show.
Well,
that joke never came up while we were developing the flocking engine.
No, never.
At Red Giant, not once.
Never, ever. Oh my gosh, come on. This is not Particular's fault. This is my fault. I pushed it to the brink of insanity, and now it's mad at me. So I'm going to try a displacement thing instead, I think. After I mute myself, because my family is coming home from vacation while I'm live.
Welcome home, family.
Your family went on vacation and left you behind? Is this Home Alone?
No, sorry, all the girls. All the girls. It actually was great. The girls went, they stayed in town, but they went like with my wife's sister and their kids, like they did like a girls thing, and then me and Elliot stayed here and watched the entire Cornetto trilogy for him for the first time, and went to see Bond and Carnage.
That sounds amazing.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Elliot's been
Seth
like,
can't be my dad.
I don't know if I should. I can be any time you need, Michael.
When your wife asked you to have a bonding experience.
No, stop it. So I can mute you, and I'm going to do it right now. He's gone, everybody. The national nightmare is over. Unfortunately, I mute Michael too, and I want to hear what Michael has to say, so I'm going to turn it back up. And here we go. Hey, you guys are back. I don't know what happened there.
I really want to add just a touch of color to your scene, and I kind of want to do it with putting optical glow colorized, just to kind of like bleed around him.
Oh, so he'll have kind of a...
I just want like a bluish, like a greenish bluish tint to his edges, and I think if you just apply optical glow and colorize it and pump it up, I think it would be exactly what I'm picturing. We have to like dial it way back. Oh, not too much actually.
Let's see. So let's go with like
bluish, greeny, right in that range. Don't go too saturated. You have to back that way off.
Gotta.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Like it's got that translucent effect there.
That's now I was thinking. Oh, I'm so happy now.
Oh, love it. I have a super rigid shadow here, so I'm going to try. Let's see.
Oh, you could use the radiate option in optical glow too.
Oh, that's true. I don't think I want beams though, because I feel like the silhouette plane is landing.
I got you.
So I'm just going to turn up add a matte choker with some softness, so he gets kind of some weird. Oh man, the optical glow is a great idea. First of all, I'm going to dial it back now, but right around. This is a fun point because it's the way like your shadows kind of like bleed together a little bit, because light is kind of scattered and hitting different parts. So I kind of dig this. You know what? It's funny because I actually liked it when it was pretty hot. See, look at this. You could use optical glow like this, where it looks more like it's a translucent piece of
cool.
Like plastic or something like that, and this thing is behind it. Oh my God!
I love that.
Oh, looks.
Oh gosh! Look, like
that's really cool.
Rendered on this character, but this really cool implied thing. Let me. You know what? I have an idea. This is going a stupidly cheap route with all this. Let me.
Hey, Michael. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm interrupting because I have a question, Michael. In particular, if I'm using a classic form, I'm doing classic form and I'm using a layer as an emitter, and that layer changes. Does it would the disappearing particles be considered death of a particle?
I honestly don't know.
Death of a particle.
I haven't played around enough to see if I don't think so.
I don't think it would either.
I think those particles still exist. I think they're turned off, like how layer emitters.
Oh, it's RGB and alpha. Yes, 100%. Okay. Yeah. Damn.
All right.
I'm trying to think of how to kill off these particles in a way the way that flocking does to them. That's really nice. That doesn't kill my system. And I'm probably just not going to be able to.
All right. I'm just going to quickly render out this little dude as a...
Stu also advocating for adding radiate. And Blake Rizzo is harping on about the grain again.
Grain. Let's see. What am I looking for? I'm looking for wherever I put my Halloween. I don't know why I haven't pinned this folder by now. Let's pin our Halloween folder up here. All right. So elements, monster walk. Monster walk. Boom. I'm just gonna let I'm just gonna do this real quick. Pre-render his walk cycle, so I have a little tip sequence of it. Why not? I thought this would be a little bit more lightweight, but it's a little slower than I thought. Because like looking here, like I get a beautiful real time with this dude.
It's our sideshow that we do with him after real time with this dude.
Real time. Oh man, I could have also done like a see, we have the amazing renderer Redshift, and we also have the amazing tool of Hashi colors the character all the way black and then puts a white solid behind him and then applies that to oh, he doesn't have a material on him anymore.
I mean, both are doable things. I know a lot of folks use Cinema 4D because it has that really powerful MoGraph toolset. A lot of folks use it for 2D motion graphic stuff all the time. They just flat shade things, use the MoGraph toolset with all the fields and the fall-offs and the effectors, because you can do stuff in there with like a bunch of objects really fast that you really can't do in After Effects really well. And they use Cinema 4D to do that, and then but they flat shade it. So, you can have this thing that can make, photorealistic buildings they're using to make, squares fly around. It's useful for both things.
Let's see. All right.
I just had a thought about blood. I wonder if you could use CC hair to make blood streams.
Use what? CC hair?
CC hair? Yeah.
Probably could, actually, now that you point that out.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. So I've now rendered out my little TIFF sequence here, which I could also tell to interpret footage, and I'm just going to tell it to loop like 5 times, so it'll outlast this comp. But now we can see in better real time, like look at this optical-y silhouette. So the idea, everyone, is that you take this footage here. Let's see. Who wants to send me a picture of the front of their house? I'm going to look for a house picture. Oh, you could do this at your garage too. Like open up the garage door, hang a sheet across it.
Hashi, what did you do? You did echo? What did you do to make this like
thicker?
Oh, I'm just doing a displacement map right now. I'm just messing around with
I just
how to
added
do this.
some roughen edges. Just like it's funny, any like clearly bunch of particles with just the default roughen edges does this really amazing push toward liquid look. Obviously, scale it to match your particles.
Yeah. I'm not doing any particles here.
Well, fine.
Yeah, deal with it.
All right. I'm just going to save a random house, a book company.
That's what I was going to say.
Who did you get to publish your book? I don't know. Some
random house.
Joke publisher or publisher company jokes, everyone. I didn't notice that this, I think this random house that I grabbed has the Christmas story. Yeah. All right. So let me just layer new. Let's just add a quick medium orange solid. I'm going to pretend these guys have a nice contiguous window like that. See, so here's what we're creating is that once you take this whatever thing you have and are projecting it onto a window, as people go by your house, they will effectively see this situation. Cool. All right, everyone gets it. They probably got this beforehand. I don't know why I needed to previs the that this would work, but there we go. So people will walk by and say, "Oh, there lives a cool person. We should go up to their house to ask for candy." And then when they ring your doorbell, you can say that was the experience. You've no candy, just memories. I love you. All right, and here's always a fun guessing game of adding some keyframes to the position and scale and seeing how well they match up with your walk. A little bit too fast, but just a little bit. So I'm going to stretch out those keyframes out of my timeline, which is always fun to track down later. Still a little fast, right? I know what I'll do. I'll just increase his scale at the beginning. All right, so here in my house previsor. Oh, still too fast.
I don't know, he's a big guy. He takes big steps.
Yeah, I just picked the slowest, try to figure out what his foot slide thing is. Is he really going to take more than 10 seconds to clear this window? That's embarrassing. All right, 15 seconds. That's all you get. And I'm not paying you a penny more. All right. The real candy.
That looks so good. That's perfect. That's perfect.
Excellent. So now people will believe that you have Monster Mash living in your house. Cool, huh, everyone? And then with this top optical glow layer, you could go start adding in anything. I'm trying to think if I have any other stuff here. Let me go to my
Actually, when you finish up with this shot, I just thought of something else that might be useful for you to work on.
Yes.
A flock of bats flying, using particular.
Oh, let's do that. All right.
Yes, a Seth silhouette.
All right. So let's add some primate keyer. Key out this primate.
It doesn't work on birds, just works on primates.
All right. Let's I don't know if I'm killing any of the green.
Actually, there wasn't much green spill in that at all. I might kind of got it.
Way to film this and have a corresponding plugin. Let's see here. So we could position him down here. And then for the adjustment layer, what would happen what if you say fill on an adjustment layer? It does everything. Yeah. Fine, I'll make Seth black 2 filled in. Yes. Okay, so as that monster clears, then little ease in keyframe there, and then we've got this loveliness. Oh, I love it.
The chat mentions that this reminds them of in Home Alone, where he made the fixed silhouette party happen. And yes, this would be a great idea. Children, if you are stuck at home and there are a couple of bumbling baddies trying to sneak in and steal your family's jewels, by all means, grab 10 projectors, put them up in every window of your house, and grab After Effects and get to work.
Oh, man. You know what? That's what we're going to do for the holidays. We're going we're gonna make a Home Alone kit, projection kit that we're just gonna like. It's gonna be It's gonna be silhouettes of Michael Jordan's cardboard cutout going by. It's gonna be just like a party in your house that you can project on your windows.
I love that. Did everyone did that, right? At some point, like when the parents left for like 4 minutes, like set up.
Yes.
And
4 minutes.
That's a perfect comment, because I was in the background. Why I stopped talking was because I was trying to find and grab this image, and just do a quick. Let's see here. All right, Rotobrush, help me out for this one frame here. I just need the one frame. Michael Jordan. Humblest man in the game. Technically, to be accurate, that this part is filled in. I'm going to do the full silhouette because it's funny. All right. Let's click on that to smooth it out a little bit. There we go. And save that thing. I don't know why it's MJ and render that. Oh, I love all this. Oh, that was a very low res image. Sorry, everybody.
The good thing is it's a silhouette, so it doesn't matter.
It does not matter at all.
Seth, I like the falling particles you've got going on there.
Yeah, I'm trying something. I'm over here just experimenting. I'm not narrating what I'm doing because I really don't know if anything's going to work. And so
all right, but look at the party going on at this house.
Oh man.
Let's see. And on your projector's settings, you could always try to, frame things better, because now you're talking about practical effects. Here we go. Now, what robbers would dare approach this house when they know I might get eaten by a monster if I try to rob this house over the holidays? Yeah. Okay. Well, that was fun, folks. Let's switch gears here and do something that I think that all of you would love to do, which is create a swarm of bats in particular. Now, I've done this so many times. It's one of the things you do. Like you get a car, you learn to drive to a drive-through, and it's all exciting. And but if you get Trapcode Particular, you should definitely try to make a swarm of bats. And here's how I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I did that today.
Perfect.
They're actually flying around, well, not in this view, but they're flying around behind you in our new city view that's on our show.
Hey, look at that. What did you do for your flying bats, Seth?
My flying bats, I started with this really great hand. Let me save this real quick because I really like where this is going.
I do love that this episode will be you working for an hour to
on one thing.
Text that says not living up to your
yes. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's too on the nose.
The metaphor is becoming real.
It hurts. It hurts so much, everyone.
All right.
BetterHelp.com. For everyone, it works.
For everybody.
It's great. You should definitely try it. I can attest.
Use coupon code.
Code VFX and Chill to confuse the hell out of them. So, I started with, hang on, let me just real quick save this preset. Seth's Potential. This is going to ship in the next build of Trapcode Particular. It's a
The plugin that does
It's-
nothing.
It is a deteriorating. Yes, it'll be a deteriorating, dying set of particles called Seth's potential. So I started with this preset called Birds,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice and has this little sprite, this little bird sprite. But then I like me some custom sprites. So I pulled this thing off Production Crate and retimed it. I made a bat and a bat slow.
Look at that.
And so like this is my fast bat, and there they are flying around. So like if I
Wait a second. So I was about to demonstrate something that you just demonstrated in like 4 seconds.
whoops, sorry.
Seth, you should continue on this.
That's it. I'm done. That's my bats. So I got to finish my potential. I got to finish living up to my potential, guys.
Excellent. So, Production Crate bats. That is phenomenal. Seth, do you remember if those were one of the many
It was.
free things, or was it a membership thing?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm always logged in with the Red Giant account. Thing is, you could find like a PNG of a bat. I've done that before. You find a PNG, or you draw a bat. Like this is what you do. You draw a bat, and then I would have gone and like downloaded some transparent PNG of a bat, and then puppeted it to just like. My favorite on-screen bat is actually from, I believe, and I might be getting this wrong, but Toy Story of Terror. Toy Story of Terror. There's so many R's.
Toy Story of Terror.
There's an old like movie that's on a TV in there, like a vampire turning into a bat, and I believe I remember in the behind the scenes seeing Angus MacLane doing like puppeting a like a toy bat in front of a green screen, and if I remember correctly, they actually used the live action element of him just like bouncing this like rubbery bat in the air, and that's what you see in Toy Story of Terror, and it's utterly fantastic.
That is delightful. I need to revisit the holiday specials from the Toy Story verse.
Toy Story verse.
All right, I've added a gradient and then some posterize because I was just trying to add some like quick layers of color. It didn't work out the way that I thought it would.
It never does.
Let's see. There's that. The color is this color. Yeah, there is. Kind of what I was going for. I don't know. Just wanted it to have multiple colors, but also not be too obvious. Okay, that's really boring. Whatever. But we got this shape. I'm just going to go add some rotation keyframes, have them rotate. Whoops. Why can't I move my anchor point? There we go. Flapping. It flaps down very quickly because that's the action that propels the wing flap. It eases down into that and then is fast and then bounces up fast to get back to there. And then it's motion blurred. Right. We've all done our share of motion blurry birds.
Motion blurry birds.
There we go. All right, and then we want to property loop out. Actually, why loop it here? Let's have a particular loop it. Trim comp to work area. Here we go. Here's a little bat.
I plan to have like 2 wings or just the one?
You want a 2-winged bat? I needed to know this.
You said that's so offended.
I don't know.
Just
why
so
I'm going
appalled.
with-
You want a 2-winged bat? You piece of shit.
What? Wait, why did I scale the?
Would the mirror effect work?
No. And
Just
I'm
said no.
preempting the chat's question here.
This is the only way to make an animated bat. I worked in an animation studio for 10 years.
How dare you, Michael?
So
God.
the suggestion that, all right, I'm going to open up my designer. I'm going to do something slightly different than you did, Seth.
Okay.
Wait, I need my designer on this window. Wait, are you opening? Oh, you are. All right. You know what? Cancel for a moment. All right. I'm going to add a new light, and I'm going to make it a point light, and I'm going to change its name to motion path. All right. So just a cute little point right here. All right. And with this little thing, we're going to turn off. I'm just going to hide everything for a moment. Oh, no. I killed it. I killed it. What did I do? What did I do?
You don't have to do anything.
Fair. That's no fair. Let's do a skeleton dance.
Did you save your bat?
Probably not. I don't save. Life is too precious. It wouldn't be of the moment if I had saved it. If you love something, Seth was voted the most one-winged bat in high school.
Who said that?
That was our pal Blake Rizzo.
Blake has the Blake can do that. I permit Blake.
All right, chill.
Well, he's just reading it out of his yearbook.
All right, let's see if my auto saved it any better than this. And nope.
Hey, Michael.
Yes.
I pick explode from the layer, and it's actually, I just noticed it keeps on. Wait, it looked like, never mind. What? Why? It looked like it was pulsing, and I couldn't figure out why. Yeah, why is that pulsing? Is it just my new particles coming into?
Yeah, that's just the particles passing in front of each other, creating a. It's not dissimilar to the Moye effect.
Actually, I know what it is. You're wrong.
Well.
All right. Well. I'm back to creating my light that's called motion path. All right.
Good for you.
So motion path 1. And just for funsies, I'm going to create a null object that I'll turn 3D. And let's go to a slightly different view, shall we? All right, let's find a F11 and F12, cycle back and forth between a nice custom camera like this and the scene camera. So by default, this light was created way back here. I'm going to move it back here a little bit. Way over here. And then I'm going to attach it to this null. Oh, I hid the parents switch, didn't I?
You did it.
Oh, I didn't even call it motion path. I called it motion path.
Call it monster path.
Motion
Let's
path.
do it.
Stu says that two-winged bat is a bad metal band name.
Two-winged bat. I actually love that so much.
It is. It's like the high school level metal band. You're like, yeah, man.
I'm in a band called Two-Winged Bat.
So you mean bat? No, man. I love the redundancy.
That's the way you introduce a character. It's just that, yeah, your main character, the precocious.
I mean, it's the same kind of joke as one of my favorite jokes is, "Look out, a giant dwarf!" Like that sort of. It just makes me so happy.
Flawless.
What am I doing on this show? I like forget what I'm doing and I almost give up, which is not living up to your potential. I'm gonna combine some things.
love it. You know what? I'm just going to freehand this. Whatever view.
What I like about this is
view,
about having your screen up all the time now instead of switching back and forth between the screens. Is that someone can always go back and see most of what you've done, and like follow along, even though you're not narrating. Oh, your particles are.
Yeah, I figured out what I'm going to do now. I figured it out. If I turn off my original, so I have, by the way, I'm not using form in particular. It's actually just it's just an emitter from the using the layer, but it's set to explode, and so they show up right at the beginning, and then they have velocity over time to make them drip down. I don't need velocity over time. Actually, I can just do regular velocity. But the trick is velocity random to make them move at the random pace that they're moving at. I think I also have life. No, I don't. Life.
You don't have life?
I mean, velocity,
I have no life.
Velocity over life. I think velocity over life is important, so it has that slow ease into it dropping. Velocity over life is one of my favorite things that has been added to particular relatively recently.
Yeah,
because like if you're emitting particles off of like a 3D model or off of text, it's becomes so unreadable so quickly when they're just coming off immediately. But when they ease off of it, it really helps you actually see the shape that they're coming off of so much better.
Okay, now so the thing is, with velocity over life, I then turned life random up to 100. But look what's happening here. What is happening here? It goes blurp, blurp, blurp. Why is it doing that?
It is hard for me to tell from here what you're seeing.
Hold on. Watch it flash. Ready? Here we go. It's like this periodic burst. Oh, it's the creation of the particles, Whirly. It's just not...
So you just needed to look closer. All right, I've made a bunch of little keyframes, adjusted some tangents like that, and then I'm going to select all of these. Are they behind my head? No, they're right here. Wait, right there. Select all of these middle keyframes here, and then right-click and say Rove across time. And what does that do? That makes these little cute little keyframes like that will keep this a constant speed the whole time, which is kind of nice. And now I'm going to go to particular. I'll turn it on, and I'll switch to my main camera. You'll see that this path is very boring looking because it's all coplanar, but I can just grab any of the pieces of this and really like art direct a kind of neat custom bat swirly shape.
Bat swirly?
Bat whirly. Did that happen to you constantly in elementary school? Is there a swirly here?
Yep.
It's
S-whirly.
That is looking like some good dripping drips there, Mr. Whirly.
It is. So what I'm thinking is if I combine it with the displacement I was doing earlier, I might be able to make something really special. Oh, now what happens?
Let's have these exit frame. And let's have them enter frame. Yup. Like this. All right, you all see what I'm doing. I'm trying to draw this little path on this light. And the reason I'm doing that is because, in particular, I am going to take a look at the position of the monster path there, and I'm going to put my emitter right there. I could do this expression-wise, but I'm actually just going to copy this one keyframe because it's a little faster for now, and paste it to the position of this particle, of the emitter.
How do I have it emit from velocity? Can I do that when it's emitted from a parent system?
You can.
I'm failing to find it. Where is that?
It's under. I can't see your screen because my head's in the way. You're asking.
If I have particle count based on velocity.
Up where it says continuous. You want to change that to from parent velocity.
Ooh, I don't have from parent speed. Thank you. I was looking for the wrong word.
Okay. Bring me back. I feel lost.
Lost in the void.
No, yeah. I use this all the time. You could probably drop that number down some.
Now I can, yeah.
It's so useful because when you need particles to be filling in their paths, then you but you don't want to, like, when it's moving this slowly, you don't need to have 100 particles in it. You only need like 5. Yeah. But then when it's moving this fast, it's such so many good little tweaks in there to make things run better.
We need a button that we push that's just like make more efficient, and it just turns everything down. It just knows exactly.
There is actually.
There's draft, right?
Yeah.
And
or motion paths.
You can drop the number of particles down. There's a little slider that drops everything down.
Right,
so kind of, is one of those. It's non-destructive, which is good.
That's true.
All right. Where did we put our motion paths?
Where did we put our motion paths?
Where did we put our motion paths? Someone knows.
Monchian Paths knows.
Monchian direction.
Ask Monty Paths.
Monty Paths.
The great Count Monty Paths.
Wait, it used to be under air. Where did it go? Someone must know.
Ask Monty Paths of the some. Nope, couldn't rhyme. Tried it.
Monty Path. Michael, do you have any idea where our motion paths went? I didn't think we disabled them.
We didn't. They're present. Hang on. Sorry, I was doing
something. No, that's all right. The software updates faster than even we experts can keep up with.
I found it the other day when I was trying to answer someone's question on somewhere. Someone asked about it. It was the typical problem of why isn't it following a motion path, and their particle life was like 3 seconds, and the comp and the motion path's movement took over like a minute long. So like your particles don't have time to start because it's a minute long path and they're only there for 3 seconds.
Oh yeah. In the meantime, one of the reasons.
Not that I was laughing at them, behind the scenes, but
that's that happens.
But
I made this beautiful path.
You fool!
You fools! I'm working on this one comp for 2 hours. Wait, that's normal.
But what product out there is good enough that you would withstand just abuse from your
True.
from the support team?
What are these one little particles that aren't moving, and why aren't they moving? Today,
what time is it?
On VFX and Chill.
11:36, 2 minutes. Oh, under displace group. Okay. There they are. Hey, everyone. Yes.
Yep,
thank you. Oh, from Nate Haight himself. All right.
Nate Haight!
Motion path 1. Oh, I got to rename Monster Path, so I got carried away. Okay, you can be Motion Path. And now I'll go back over here. This was going to be just a quick, I just go over to Displace and pick Motion Path 1, like that. And then, let's see, how many particles per second are happening here? All right. It's a little weird to fit into this half-screen format. Again, I'm going to say it every time. Blame the tool, not myself. Let's see. Are we in?
Not Hashi.
No blame Hashi. All right. So the particle life. Let's make it long enough to support this whole path, and then let's play this back. Yeah. Okay. So here's a little preview of this motion. It's a 4 seconds along this whole path. I think I've got to make that a little bit longer. Let's make it 8 seconds.
It's a really long path for 4 seconds.
It's a very long path.
It's very fast bats.
So what we've got here, and it's kind of cool, is that I've lined up my start position for the emitter with the motion path here. They're in the same spot. And the reason that's important is because then all these particles like to stick right to the path that I've animated for this light, even if they are born after when that light was there. So right now, they're emitting from a single point, and their velocity is making them spread out from the path. So the thickness of this swarm right now is determined by the velocity here. So if I had that start at 0, watch this. I have this perfect, just little 3D stroke being drawn, which is kind of cool. And so obviously we're going to replace these with bats. But let's first start out by getting our motion in good shape. So I'll add some keyframes at the very beginning so there are no particles. And then suddenly a swarm of like 100 bats exists. And this is per second, so it's not even a specific number. It's just how many are emitting. And then that'll slowly taper off back down to 0. So let's take a look at what this looks like. So there we go. So a big concentration of particles exist for a second. And I'm going to zoom the camera back just a little bit so we can take this all in. I know that gets very small on your screens, everybody. Oops. But it's exciting. I did this also in the Frozen, our Frozen 2 tutorial, in case you've got to go, and the Wrinkle in Time tutorial, I think. You're covered in more
Taking
comprehensive steps. Way back. The original, my
Cheap
first
tricks.
official video for Red Giant.
Are
I guess
you sure?
Doctor
No, no.
Strange. Doctor Strange was a little was a slide in there. That was I really just wanted to make it, and because Aaron Rabinowitz had texted me like 400 times to
Well, that's how Aaron
hey,
says hello.
something. Yes. All right, what do we got here? So
Somewhere Stu is
you're
laughing.
hitting from a single
Aaron.
point, and I'm going to change the emitter type to a sphere. So if you can imagine, now there's a sphere worth of volume emitting these. So there's no velocity on them, so they're still not trying to like escape the path spot they were emitted for, but they really move around like a flock now, which is cool. And what Seth was doing was great because he had a preset up in half a second that had a perfect simulated swarming path. But I want to demonstrate how to go really specifically art directed to have exactly the shape that you want. So yeah, that's this motion path. So as you can see, if I highlight the light, these particles are moving along it, and that's really swell. Let's go ahead and replace them right up here. Particle, let's say the particle type is a little sprite. And then for the sprite, have I brought my bats in here? No, I didn't bring my bat in here. Let's bring the animated bat in here, everyone.
Bring that bat in here. That's not a song at all. It's really not even a
I kind
melody.
of dug it though.
Yeah, it's all right.
All right, so under the sprite controls, we will assign the layer to be the animated bat. Let's see how big that makes it. I want the time sampling to be on random loop. And let's increase their size a bit. Oh my gosh, what is happening? All right, so we've got a bunch of these crazy bats doing their thing. Now, I'm going to go down to the rotation here and tell them to orient to motion. I'm going to dial up to, let's try like, they are 88
Miles per hour.
And ooh, wait, what am I doing here? Are they not orienting to? No, they should because they're on a path. I know this should work. Oh, fade in time. No fade in time. And then let's add some random rotation and some random size. And I know these are very cartoony looking bats. I know that. But just wait. because I'm going to, for my rendering, why don't I do a GPU and hope that doesn't give us any issues.
Don't forget to save.
And let's save Chillouette. Chillouette. All right.
Chillouette.
All right.
And
Is this
for
preview better
game
over in YouTube over with the transparent background there?
Oh, it's much easier to see that, yeah.
All right. Let me turn the some motion blur on here and see if this chokes it down too much. Okay, motion blur is on. It doesn't need to be that broad. Let's turn it down to like a little over 90. And also, let me change I feel like I have some rotation over time or something like that going wrong here. There we go. So now, all these crazy bats become more of a little rendered, blurry, fast, bat-ish shape, which is pretty cool. Let's just preview this down here a little bit. Now, is the GPU or CPU better at this point that I'm using sprites and adding motion blur? There
comes a point where the number and size of the sprite makes the GPU version faster than the CPU version. And the threshold at which it crosses can vary depending on machine and what you've got in your scene and blah, blah, blah. So there's not really a quick, easy answer to that. But Nate hates in the chat. He can tell us
it's
more.
It's always worth checking it out. All right. Let's see. Let's just see just generally what the motion of these bats is. Here we go.
And for the game hacker's benefit, it's Aaron Rabinowitz. You guys blasted the name so quickly, he's not hearing it very clearly. Yes. The guy who used to work at Red Giant.
He is. His name is pronounced a little bit like our own. Like
our own Rabinowitz.
Our own Rabinowitz. But you can call him...
Hey, Aaron Rabinowitz.
Aaron Rabinowitz. Fievel Mouskowitz is what is how.
That's what I think when with Mashwitz, with Stu Mashwitz. I always think of Fievel Mouskowitz. Philly Mouskowitz.
I like that swoopy path you've drawn, Hashi. I think the bats moving along that path, they're going to look great.
Let's see. There we go. Lovely. Okay, so that my animation on the bats is too fast.
It always is.
It's because I made when my one-winged bat was perfect, and I don't like what happened when I tried to.
Bat was perfect.
Okay, so let's add some.
Sorry, I apologize. This is what I do when I.
That's what I do outside of the show. Is I sing everything.
Music City, Seth. You live in Music City, USA.
I do. It's a disease.
Music City. He caught the funky fever. That's what Nashville is known for, right? It's funk.
Yes, funk. Hardcore funk. I feel like this is cool. I feel like this is cool and getting somewhere, but I feel like also, Hashi, you could have done this in 2 seconds, but it took me...
Well, which is funny because I'm doing something that you literally did in 2 seconds right up top when I mentioned I was going to do it. But
that's true. That makes you feel better.
Way around. So we're...
Thank you.
We're a trick and a treat to be with. Go. I wanted to slow down the animation of these things. Let's see. Let's add let's make it 10 frames long. Why not? I can type 10. There we go. Stretch that out. Stretch all you keyframes. To reveal your keyframes, you just highlight layers and press U. And then you can select all the keyframes together, and if you hold down the Alt key, you can grab either the first set of keyframes or the second set of keyframes and just go like this, watch. Let's stretch them out like that to preserve the loop.
It's great. drags them all in relation to each other, so it keeps the relation that you initially created, but it makes it longer or shorter without you having to drag each individual keyframe and kind of guess where they all have to fall or have to retime it, redo everything. It just works.
It also, just so you're aware, can make keyframes land on fractions of a frame, which is just something to be aware of, because you might go to one of your keyframes, alter it, and then be like, why did this?
Why are there two keyframes?
Why are you the way you are? All right, I'm just going to add an extra little keyframe in here for the upswing like that, because I want to.
Because I want to.
It don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing.
If it doesn't contain the swing, it means nothing to me.
Wait. Does not mean a thing if it does not. Amazing. We're having fun, right, folks?
Good God, are we having fun?
I'm having fun. This has been. I've been having a great episode.
This has been a freaking blast. No one understands.
Okay. So let me go back to my front window, where
back to my front window.
I do like this, like letting everything be sung at us,
letting everything be out loud.
Let's see. Let's render out this exciting thing. All right, we got about 10 more minutes, Seth.
Well, I know I'm going to do with it. Keep doing this.
Keep doing this.
Oh, I love this. This is just going to stretch out into your weekend. You'll be at home.
Yep.
The girl will be like, "We're back from vacation, honey. Do you want to spend some time together?" No.
Like, do you know? I just no. Not even. I love a good no with a question mark or with an ellipses. No. It's just. Oh man.
Living up to my potential. Look at the way these bats, like their shadows are so interesting. They're flying around. This is a very low res preview because I'm now like rendering a half resolution thing that is shrunk down to like the small part of this random image that I grabbed. Also, you can kind of see that there. Look at this. When you project this on your window, everyone will be like, "That's crazy.
This on your
Why is that happening?" Oh, come away from that window, son. Not for the bloody message contained, but obviously someone spent a really long time making that message. I like this bat swarm. And if I were comping this into something, what I would do is I would go into particular to the lighting settings here, where I could add some shadowlets. And instead of just darkening shadowlets, one of the things you can do is add a brighter shadowlet to kind of add a cool, like, foggy effect.
Ooh, that's a neat trick.
So if you have a bunch of filters, you can sort of, some atmosphere that you want these to sort of blend into, you can use the shadowlets as a trick to preserve their transparency, but add some nice stuff between them. Turn up the opacity a bit. It's a little bit like fake fog. There you go. Some volumetric loveliness. Let me see if you can see this now. I'll add just a grad or something in the background.
Congratulations, grad. It's some dads and grads.
All right, it's swap these colors. Oh, it could have been a moon or something, but instead it's just this. Oh, and now that I love those shadowlets, they're too much. If you make the shadowlets match the bright color in the background, it'll add some nice fogginess to them too.
Depth. Foggy depth.
That red color is just really obnoxious, though.
Hey, Michael, where did we move the inheriting settings from parents?
What settings are you going to inherit from the parents?
Size.
Have we ever had the ability to do so?
That's part of how you answer my question, is by belittling me and telling me the answer.
No, I was talking to myself. I wasn't belittling you. Nate, have we ever had that functionality?
I guess maybe we haven't.
Do we
inherit size from parents?
Because before...
Or size is a percentage of parent? I thought it was that.
Or maybe
I'm thinking of life.
Hang on. Let me look.
Meanwhile, you can look at my origami bats.
I like your bats, Hashi. I think they're good
Oh,
bats.
look at those bats.
Bats.
Yeah, bats.
Bats. I've got to at least RAM preview this full animation while we're here. Oh yeah, we got time.
Seth
and I have a meeting after this.
Oh yeah.
Hashi can't organize things.
Well, it's partly because I set up incredibly I would say I set up complicated databases for you and it's like things for you to help you organize your project, but it's complicated work.
All I have done since I got your complicated database, which was actually a beautiful database. Seth produces a beautiful Airtable. Shout out Airtable. # errors.
Again? Shouting out Airtable more?
Shouting out Airtable more.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it. I'm going to publicly say it. Teams. Microsoft Teams.
Nate Haight says inheriting size and inheriting opacity is a feature request. So,
all right.
Consider
Nate
3 votes. Consider 3 votes added to that feature request.
Here you go. Look at this. Look how much just the motion does the work. Like the sprites look like garbage, but they have a stopping point. I didn't think about that. But imagine if you had a varied wing speed or anything else. Look at this. This is wild. You could do so much. I love it. I love using motion paths.
Yeah, and this motion path thing that you did to make these bats is something someone could do with even an old version of Particular. It doesn't use the new flocking system or anything. It just good old-fashioned, clever use of keyframes. Like, it's good keyframes make that movement look good.
Just some good old-fashioned keyframes.
And yeah, I do really think that it's always important to switch to multiple views of your motion path keyframes because honestly, the more pretty the actual curves look, it really does translate to something that will be nice. So like this, for example, that's a weird. Oh no, that's the end. So let's just have that be off screen again. And then you can just adjust these all to like work together and be beautiful. Just for funsies, so we can see it a little bit faster. Let me just switch back to my little some little spheres.
My little spheres.
Oh, look at that! Weren't we talking about doing some volumetric smoke earlier?
Now like we're always have been talking.
Dang
about
it! Now I kind of want to make this is a callback to. Wait, do I still have it open? CM de la. Oh, there we go. CM de la Vega. Oh, I'm trying to pull you up. Yeah. That's why we were talking about volumetric smoke. It's the cool stuff there. But
hey,
you could...
Go ahead.
No.
Sorry. How do you set roughen edges to 0? Like, which setting do I do to get it to 0 if I want to keyframe it on and off?
You need the softness all the way up and the border all the way down.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, softness, or I only see sharpness.
Oh, sharpness all the way down.
So sharpness all the way down and border all the way down.
That should, but like it'll be a slight difference. But I think
Slight difference. That's slight enough. It's fine. Thank you, sir.
All right, let me turn down the shadow lit opacity here and mess with the opacity of these things a bit. Let's make them 70. And now, Seth, we are back to creating the smoke monster tutorial that got you into
my
this whole
first tutorial
business.
for Red Giant. Link
Still
that crap, Michael. I don't even know if it's available anywhere.
The
smoke monster?
Yeah.
What can we call it? A banger.
Yeah, it's still up.
I wonder if any of it's still applicable.
Very little.
But you know what? It's funny. And it features me chewing gum and talking to a camera.
It is funny. It was the reason I wanted to know Seth. More than his short films was just his editing.
It has the Seth Worley jokes in it. That's one of the first Seth Worley tutorials I ever saw. I was like, oh, I like this guy.
Do you know why? Oh, that's so sweet of you. Well, you know why it was one of the first? It was because it was the first that I ever made. And
just
I'm saying I was there
frustratingly
at the
funny.
beginning before you were cool. Is what I'm saying.
It is before I was cool.
into
I got
Seth Worley.
unbearable when I was cool. That's when I became unbearable and my audience all ran away.
Oh, speaking of being into things before they were cool, did you know Skrillex played in Nashville before he was cool?
What?
Like
he was always cool.
just played here once, or was like here regularly?
No,
I think a lot of people played here once.
He was on the bill. He was on the bill for a music show, and I was like, "Oh, this guy's cool." And yeah, he was before he like blew up.
Nice.
Yeah, he played Nashville. Nashville's got a good EDM scene. You just gotta find it.
You do have to find it. Well, this is where
Just look for Seth's tall head.
Yes.
And
yes, 100%.
I don't even know.
I haven't watched that Smoke Monster tutorial in at least a month, but I think there are.
You watch it
more
every month?
It's good to watch it every month just to humble yourself. Like I think that's a practice at Red Giant is just to know.
Weirdly, it'll humble others and humble me at the same time. It has that weird effect to where it actually will push all of us down to the ground.
Yes.
Sorry, Michael. I cut you off when you were giving a real point. It's unlike me.
Oh, I was just saying. I think most of the stuff in that tutorial has been. You should do a new one, is what I'm saying. That because it's still decent volumetric smoke, and it's neat integrating it into a shot. And it would be nice if it used the more up-to-date techniques.
Well, it's so funny. Like, I did it because it was for this... it's 2 o'clock. But I did it because it was literally a preset in particular. Like, to make... I figured out how quickly it was to make the smoke monster. And I did this competition ABC did for fans to make their own promo for the series finale of Lost. And I made one where the smoke monster was like... super depressed the day after the finale aired because he didn't have a job anymore, and because it was easy. So I was like, oh, it's a freaking preset in particular. I just learned particular that year. In fact, I had just learned After Effects that year, which is just alarming to me that like I learned After Effects in particular in the same year, and like within 12 months, like. Just like learning that like kicked off at so much of my career. It's crazy. It's like, can you imagine if I had just stayed in Apple Motion for forever? Oh, no career.
No thanks.
And here I am. I can't escape just like creating multiple versions of Sky Buttholes. It's my.
I like how I'm like, can you imagine if I had just stayed in Apple Motion where I would be right now while I have spent 2 hours animating not living up to your potential? Which brings us to the end of our show, everybody.
It does.
I want to thank you all. Oh, Hashi, it's your day. You're hosting.
Oh, it's just moving. No. I just wanted to see this RAM preview. You could probably, with some custom particles, you could make Falcor in particular. That next week on
Actually,
VFX and Chill.
Next week on VFX and Chill, we have.
Oh my god!
Which we haven't told people about.
We haven't.
Listen, people.
We should tell people. I'm going to start typing his name, and you're all going to be excited.
Crunch? Oh, no, that's Captain.
Yeah, it's Captain Crunch.
No.
We have the Seafood King himself, Captain D. Just kidding. Please welcome next week our very, very good friend.
Absolutely. Tell your friends. Tell Captain Disillusion. He's got a show.
Make sure he
I don't think
knows.
we have the actual captain. I think we have his intern, but still.
Oh, even
his
still.
Yeah, we have his intern, Alan, who has been awesome at corresponding via email. I'm not sure if he's put these in front of the captain, but Alan will be there next week, and we are incredibly excited to talk to the man behind the legend. And
No, it should be a good show.
Incredible. All right, everybody, please join us next week, Friday at 10 Pacific, for another very exciting episode of VFX and Chill.
Do it.
Where we can disillusion you about visual effects. Ah!
For real, everyone, thank you. This was a fun episode, and happy Halloween! We'll say that a few more times. Bye, Mr. Skeleton.